What is up, everybody? In the shop today, got the car up on the lift and working on making a subframe dolly so I can start pulling the engine out the bottom and putting it back in the bottom. So I'm going to show a little bit of that construction right now and basically how it's going to work. So here's the subframe I'm talking about. There's basically 4 main bolts, 3, 4, and then there's some plates right here too. But basically this subframe measures, I believe it is 34 by 30. So I am constructing a little dolly over here in order to drop the engine onto. Basically lower the body down until subframe's resting on this plate, undo the bolts, and then lift the body off the engine. So I got a bunch of scrap wood over there in that corner, and I basically bought these 2 Harbor Freight dollies, and I kind of just cut these pieces and laid them down so you can see, just to start, stabilize it a little bit. And then what I'm gonna do is I got some more pieces over here. I might go buy some 4x4s to make some vertical posts, but I got these, I think these are 2x6s or something like that, that I'm gonna use to kind of build a small little deck. I basically just wanna raise that dolly, make it about like, I don't know, 12 or 16 inches in the air, because obviously I can't lower the car down enough for it to sit, or for the subframe to sit, on this height. So just gonna be showing a little bit of construction of this, and might actually even pull the subframe out this weekend. We'll see. So basically all I did was put some plywood down right here. I basically just wanted to make this surface, the surface under here, level with this surface so that I could put some big boards on top for, extra stability and whatnot. Then I'll probably build up some either 4x4s and make a small little platform, 12 to 16 inches up, or screw them into the side or something. So I don't know, we'll see. Got these 2x6s all put on, 5 of them, fit pretty well, got them all screwed down and everything. I'm just experimenting with these a little bit. Probably gonna do like 1, 4 in each corner and probably 1 in the center, maybe 2 in the center. And then I'll run more of these, I got like 2 or 3 more of those 2x6s, run them around the outside perimeter, maybe do some diagonal bracing, and then put probably another layer on top or something. So we'll see. Got a pretty good mock-up of how the subframe dolly is gonna work. So here you can see I got a bunch of 4x4s. I'm probably gonna put another one there, another one there. And then I got some plywood set across the top, and basically you can kind of see how the subframe's almost resting on it. But basically the support in the center doesn't really matter because all the load's gonna be around the perimeter, right? And there is basically 4x4s going all the way around the perimeter. And that's where the majority of the load's gonna be. Because the oil pan doesn't really sit below the subframe. At least I don't think it does. And if it does, I can always just cut out this middle. So that's basically how this is gonna work. And I think it should be pretty solid. Subframe motor assembly is probably 500-600 pounds. These are 1,000-pound dolly eaches, and we're gonna have more 4x4s in the front and back. So here you can kind of see, all the load's gonna be right here. Right here. So I'm not too worried about there not really being any center support, and I'm pretty sure the oil pan doesn't sit below the subframe. But I'll have to go check on my car over here. Pretty much almost all the way up in the air. I can go another 2 or 3 notches, but that should be plenty of room to roll the motor out. I mean, that looks really good actually. That's definitely plenty of height to pull the whole engine out while it's sitting on the dolly. So I'm pretty happy with how this thing's coming up. I'm gonna finish it up and then maybe just drop the bare subframe. We'll see. Ended up finishing the subframe dolly, basically put some bracing around the perimeter. It's pretty solid now. Like, that'll hold all the weight, no problem. So I'm gonna attempt to drop the subframe now. So here we go. So step 1 for me was to remove the wheels. And then basically what I do is I'm gonna unplug the ABS sensor, I'm gonna undo the brake line, and then I'm gonna do that on both sides. And then basically I undo my 4 subframe bolts, and then the little plates here, and then I'll undo those when I lower this lift down so the subframe's actually sitting on the platform. And then once those are all done, I basically just lift the body off the subframe, and installation is the reverse. Also got the steering column linkage undone. That was a huge pain in the ass. A lot of grime, but I hit it with the blowtorch and it came right off after some persuasion. So time to lift the body off the subframe. everything's out. I put the car back on the ground. I basically just threw it on some jack stands, just because I don't want those cables stretching out while leaving the car on here. It's not good for them, and I need to kind of replace them anyway. Ripped out the clutch cylinder too. I'm probably gonna convert this to a braided line. This is definitely like, this is probably M12 by 1.5 or something. I still gotta measure it. And then the part that actually goes into the master, I'm probably gonna snip off here and then have probably weld on like a steel 3A or 4A end bung. I wanna do this because I wanna get this thing called a clutch slipper. And it basically is an adjustable like restrictor in your clutch line that lets it out slowly when you launch, and it helps with more consistent launches and whatnot. And it has a solenoid to enable it for when you don't want it to slip. So when you're doing 2 to 3, 3 to 4 shifts. So I'm gonna try and get that done. Maybe get that installed, purchase that, but we're getting there. Yeah. I also went to the machine shop today and things are looking really well. The block should be done tomorrow, which is Wednesday. I'm going away this weekend, so I'm not going to be able to work on it, but I'm just happy that it's going to be done and I'll have it in my possession and I can start putting that together, you know, probably next week. I'm going to order all the gaskets and everything and all that stuff so that it can be a smooth assembly with no real, you know, hang-ups or anything. So until then, guys.